What's going on, Make Movers? Hope you're doing well. Let me jump right into what I want to talk about. Here's my question for you. Who are you? Let me ask it a different way. What is it about you that makes you think that the organization, the place of employment, the people, that one person, et cetera, what is it about you that makes you believe they need you? I get it that we feel self-important. I get it that we have acquired some worldly success and we can point to awards that we've obtained and degrees that we earned. I get that. But what is it about you that makes you feel like you're the X factor? That makes you feel like I am the difference maker for this organization, for this church, for this group. I am who you need. What is it about you? Now, I'm a believer of self-confidence. I believe that you have to be able to motivate yourself and push yourself and propel yourself because life has a way of doing that to us. You have to be able to speak life to yourself. But this is a little bit more than that. When I ask you, what is it about you? I'm asking you that because many times we are surrounded by people who toot our horn, people who elevate us to thinking we are more than probably what we really are, or probably tell us we're more than what we are prepared to be able to handle. But what I'm saying to you when I ask you, and what is it about you, is because when you are pursuing greater opportunity, when you are pursuing greater chances, when you are trying to advance, you have to know what it is that you bring to the table that's different from what everybody else brings to the table. You may actually be the X factor. You may be that individual that person, those people, that organization, that church, et cetera, really need to take them from here to here. But if you're not fully aware of who you are and what it is that you bring to the table, you will make the mistake. Is mistake the best word? You will mishandle. Let me give it that way. You will mishandle a great opportunity because you will get so caught up in the details. You get so caught up in the minuscule that you don't realize that what you bring is needed to elevate to the next point. I want to challenge you to know, what is it about you that makes you the difference? And it's not conceit. It's not arrogance. This is a question where you answer through the lens of confidence. When you recognize and realize who you are and what is it about you that makes you necessary, that's not being arrogant. That's the confidence in knowing that if you bring me into this equation, we're going to see positive results. I believe there are times when we have been trained, whether in school, whether it's in places of employment, whether it's in partnerships, we've been trained to dummy down our real skills and our real gifts. We are fearful of outshining someone else. We're fearful of stepping out of place or misstepping. So as a result, we suppress our real gifts and our real talents, and to the detriment of yourself and to the people, places, organizations, etc. And I want to say to you that you're where you are right now. You are in a great position to literally take that organization from one place to the next place. But you can't do it if you're not fully aware of and confident in who you are and what is it about you that makes you the difference. I know that when I'm asked to be a part of things, I know what I'm able to bring to the equation. I know what I'm able to do. I know that we're going to excel to the next level. I know that. Again, it's not arrogance. It's not conceit. It's confidence. But it's confidence through two lenses. The first lens is confidence in that I know what I've been gifted to be able to do. But number two is confidence based on history. When I look back on the history of me engaging with people, with a place, with organization, with churches, with mentoring individuals through leadership development, whatever it may be, I can look at the history of my engagement there, and the history proves my point of we're going to go to the next level. I also know what I'm not good at. And so as much as somebody may try to stroke me or stroke you by way of ego, you have to know when there's an opportunity that's outside of your realm of skill set. You have to know that you're not equipped for that. You're not prepared for that. That's not for you. You have to be the person who's so mature and so self-aware that you know, hey, listen, I'm honored for the opportunity, but this is not for me. But let me help you find someone else that would be good in this space. Every opportunity I've shared in the previous video is not for you to say yes. You have to learn how to say no. But even in your no, you can say yes to helping them find somebody else. And I am certain that you have met someone that you know would be perfect in that lane. It just may not be you. So I know through confidence and a self-awareness, I know that if you bring me in, I'm going to excel. We're going to excel to the next level. I also know through history, if you bring me in, we're going to excel to the next level. Again, that's not arrogance. That's not conceit. That's confidence, because I know what I'm going to bring to the table. I know the work that I'm going to bring to the table. I know what's necessary. I am a Laker fan. I grew up in Los Angeles. I'm a Lakers fan. And I remember after Shaquille O'Neal left the Lakers and got traded to the Miami Heat, and the Miami Heat won the championship like 2 years later, I remember watching my Lakers struggle tremendously. I remember watching the frustration of Kobe to the point where he even asked for a trade. He wanted out of the Lakers because he was frustrated with losing. This time, remember, Shaq got traded. Phil Jackson had retired. Phil Jackson wrote a book about how challenging it was at times to coach Kobe Bryant. Kobe was proud. But after losing close series, losing games they shouldn't have lost, Kobe humbled himself. And Kobe went to the organization and said, I need you to bring Phil back. This is a guy that Kobe said, I don't need him to be my coach years prior. And after losing so much and seeing that I'm at the peak of my game and we're getting out the playoffs in the first round, bring this guy back because the thing about it is, I know he frustrates me in his coaching style. I know I can excel in that regard. They convinced Phil to come back. The Lakers were going to win 2 more championships under Phil Jackson with Kobe leading the team. Now, here's what Kobe understood. That was 2 major things. The first thing Kobe understood is that when I won my previous 3 championships, Phil Jackson was the coach of our team. And as much as I may not like the triangle offense, as much as I may not like the fact that Shaq was the preeminent force of our team and the attention getter, the result was what I had always trained for, which was championships. But number 2, and even more great, is that what Kobe also realized, that before Phil Jackson came to the Lakers and took them to 3 championships, he had already won 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. So Phil Jackson's resume proved that he knew how to win. It proved that he knew how to win with the number 1 player in NBA history. He knew how to handle that personality and get Michael Jordan's best skill set to fall in his system. My point to you is that Kobe realized that, listen, I play with other coaches, but I'm not excelling. I may be individually doing well and hitting marks and winning an MVP, but I'm not reaching the pinnacle as a team. So let me now swallow my pride and bring in the person who I know, based on history, can take me to where I want to end up being. My point of giving that scenario is this, that there are times when even the most impressed person must realize that I'm hitting a ceiling, and I need someone who can push me beyond where I keep bumping my head on. And Kobe was at the pinnacle of his career. Kobe was doing amazing things and carrying teams that were subpar at best. But Kobe also realized that this guy, who I've had issues with, this guy has a resume. This guy has history of winning championships. And him and Phil Jackson were going to win an additional 2 more championships together. Ended up being 11 for Phil Jackson in total. Kobe ended up having 5 when he retired. Ultimately, he died an untimely death. My point of all of that is that you have to know what it is that you bring to the table when you get the invitation, what you bring to the table when you're asked to come in and do an assessment, what you're able to do for that person or that organization. And you can't do that when you continue to dwell in mediocrity. There is nothing wrong with you being assured of what you bring to the table. Again, it's not conceit, it's not arrogance, it's confidence. It's you understanding, I know who I am, I know what it is about me that could take us from here to here. Today, that is your challenge. Today it's time for you to sit down and answer those two questions. Who am I? Who am I? And number two, what is it about me that makes you need me on your team? Yeah. When you're in that interview and you're one of 5 people they're interviewing and you all have great resumes, you all have great educational backgrounds, you have great references. Okay, so what's going to be the deciding factor? It's them trying to figure out which one of these 5 individuals can come in here and help us go to the next level. And you have to know, listen, you need me. You need me. You can call all of my references. You can look at my history and you can look and see one consistent thing. Everywhere I've gone, we've excelled. Right now, today in the NBA, Chris Paul is now with the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul has played for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's played for the Clippers. He played for Oklahoma City Thunder. He's now playing for the Phoenix Suns. If you watch Chris Paul's track record, right, and he's getting older every time he gets traded. If you watch his track record, though, every team he's gone to has gotten better the next year, the next couple of years of him being there. Every last one of them. Phoenix wasn't even in the playoff last year, and now they're number 2 in the West, one game out of having the best record in the NBA. Now, I'm not threatened by them as a Laker fan, but I'm pointing to Chris Paul is fully aware of what he brings to a team. He also played for Houston. Let me add that in there as well. Everywhere he went, he made the teams better because he knows what he brings to an organization. And I'm saying to you, it does not stop with Chris Paul. It doesn't stop with Kobe Bryant. It doesn't stop with Michael Jordan. It doesn't stop with Phil Jackson. It's in you as well. But you have to be aware of who you are, what is about you that makes them need you. I know it for me. Do we know it for you? Hope you do well. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. More content will always be uploaded. Visit our website at www.strategicinflectionpoint.com. There you can learn more about our administration and what we have to offer. We'd love to come alongside and help you. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do for you. Let me help you out. Have a great day. And remember, make moves, not announcements.